What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. Top of the morning to everyone, or morning to you wherever you're at. It's morning to me. But I wanted to talk to you guys about Oleksandr Usyk. You know, as Eddie Hearn has stated that Usyk was going to take a nice vacation, but then come back to the drawing board to see exactly what Usyk is going to do. And it's been some names been thrown around by promoters, and I wanted to share them with you guys. Jarrell Big Baby Miller reneged. Joseph Parker reneged on the opportunity to fight Usyk. And I feel that those were pretty good. That's a good idea. Those were pretty good ideas for those two fighters. Because Usyk is one of those guys. I would like to see him in there with a big guy like Big Baby Miller. But, you know, Jarrell, I think Jarrell doesn't want to miss his opportunity to, you know, possibly get an Anthony Joshua fight, which, you know, I would do the same thing. But Usyk fighting Big Baby Miller, somebody big like that, we would see if that hypothesis that Dillian White said would work. You know, fighting someone, or Deontay Wilder said a similar thing, that, you know, Usyk better stay down at cruiserweight because these big boys don't play. You know, if he knows what's good for him, that's his exact words. So we'll see if that hypothesis worked, dealing with, you know, someone like Usyk that, you know, Bayu was bothering him with his punches. What will a bigger guy do like Big Baby Miller? Let's see if those punch, like if he can bully him around. That's if, you know, Jarrell Miller would do something like that. But of course, it's not happening anyway. Parker, he would beat Parker, even though he's got speed. He is fast. Because Parker, you know, he was labeled at one point before his loss to Anthony Joshua one of the fastest heavyweights, right? I actually have a video on my Facebook page, Counterpunch Boxing News, showing his speed, you know, showing off his speed and everything. So, I think that the other two names are pretty good names for Usyk. One is Luis Ortiz. And, you know, Luis Ortiz is one of those guys that people avoid like the plague. Sure, I get it. And it's Luis Ortiz. And it's Oleksandr Povetkin. And really, I would like to see Luis Ortiz and Oleksandr Povetkin fight themselves. That would be a good fight to me. You know, those guys, that would be a good fight. But especially, it's very interesting for Usyk because Usyk is like the smaller guy going, really, he's just going back home because he started as a heavyweight. But fighting, you know, in that weight class and certain guys of certain sizes, you know, we'll see how he acclimates. I would think that's rather ballsy, though, and risky, especially fighting someone like Ortiz. Because Ortiz is one of those guys, man, no one wants to fight and everyone's trying to wait out, I believe. They're trying to wait that guy out. Povetkin and Ortiz are like the same age, you know, and they both had similar careers, you know, with the ped use, you know, with fights that, you know, with broken promises because, you know, those fights never happen, you know, and they did get that one shot, you know, with both champions and came up short, but didn't make an impact in that fight. They did. They made an impact in that fight. So Usyk fighting these guys would be very high on the list. And these are definitely wild card fights because you know, it's a make or break for Usyk, you know, because we'll see what Usyk does, you know, at heavyweight because, you know, he would leave, he would drop all those belts, you know, going from, you know, he's basically doing a Terrence Crawford. He's leaving a smaller weight class to the next weight class, to the next step to see what he can conquer there. You know, and I think Usyk can do a lot more than people think, you know. He's going to surprise a lot of people. But I wouldn't want to put him in there, my personal opinion. I wouldn't want to put him in there with Luis Ortiz. I wouldn't. Because someone that can box like Luis Ortiz with that counterpunching, the Cuban amateur style, it would be difficult for him. But I noticed Ortiz against Travis Kaufman. He doesn't like a lot of fighters to move neither. Because he likes either you to attack him, so he can counterpunch you, or be stationary enough for him to place that right hook and to shoot that left right up the guard, or go up with an uppercut. Usyk moves a lot. And he feints. So that'll give Luis Ortiz problems, because even Travis Kaufman did. Why do you think that fight went the way it went? It went like the full 10 almost, right? So, but that was because Travis Kaufman was doing like a Tyson Fury impersonation in the ring. He was unstable in that herky-jerky style that was bothering Luis Ortiz, and it made Luis Ortiz hesitant to do a lot of things. He still threw, but it was like it wasn't calculated, punches. They were just, I guess they were throwaway punches due to the fact that his opponent was moving. So, I feel that Usyk fights one of those guys, it would be a great interest in the heavyweight division. I think those fights could happen. I would have a softer touch though, honestly, just to see how a heavyweight hits, but everyone's different. But this is heavyweight, so it's no division like heavyweight division, But again, Usyk will surprise a lot of people. I don't see him fighting Joshua for another year or so. So I wouldn't really worry about that. But we'll see. We'll see if he picks one of these guys, and if he does, wow, that would be a fight or some fights to see. And it'll definitely give him credibility. But Povetkin, I think he needs another shot. He needs to fight someone in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? And beat someone in the top 10. Because if he beats someone in the top 10, he will gain credibility. And it'll also show that Anthony Joshua is better than a lot of people think he is. And he was getting to Joshua. The only thing, guys, is Joshua caught him. Okay, that's heavyweight boxing. If someone catches you, they catch you. Okay, so that's what that was. But Oleksandr Povetkin was imposing his game plan, and he was executing his game plan with Anthony Joshua. So fighting someone like Usyk fighting him, a smaller heavyweight, a guy around his same height and size, that would be a pretty even matchup. So I could see that fight before Ortiz. I would pick Povetkin over Ortiz. Even though I don't know who would win out of Ortiz or Povetkin. Still, I think the odds are better with Povetkin because of the size. Okay? But anyway, you guys tell me what you think. What do you think is the best option for Oleksandr Usyk, the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world? Of course, please subscribe, guys. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.